guys, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn Podcast. I'm Elite Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Grif.
And I'm a really tired Wookiee.
Oh, so tired. How's that 24-hour stream treating you guys?
It's over. That's how it's treating us.
Actually, technically, it's not over. You're still going. You're just not playing
that's
games.
right. We're wrapping it up right now.
Bed is calling to my name.
But there's Fear of the Walking Dead later. Baka, you can't rest quite yet. You got another 8 hours to go.
Just sleep,
Can't
man.
sleep yet.
Just sleep.
Oh.
Baka's like, please, I want to bed.
If he's got like another 8 hours to go. I mean, okay, so what time does the thing start? Okay, hold on. Looking at here. Get like 4 hours sleep in, and then watch your
Yeah,
thing.
but after that
You
kind of
think-
like stream marathon, if they go to bed right now, neither one of them are coming back.
Yeah, we're
I
going for
mean-
until tomorrow. It's like,
Well, let him go comatose. Can we get him go comatose? Did he just wake up the next morning? It's fine. You know, and tomorrow they
But-
might actually be The Walking Dead. But
Yeah, pretty much. I have a feeling that work for everybody tomorrow. Like, I slept, but I slept for like 4.5, 5 hours.
Oh, if I have to bell, by the way, just so everybody knows, the baby is upstairs today because I'm trying to get her to sleep in her bed so I don't have to have her. So if she starts crying or something, I'm going to bell real quick. But I'll be right back.
Sure you will. Just teleport out. We'll never see you again, you know.
Yes.
Whatever.
You just see me go, done.
do magical effects.
Or, and it just gone.
It explodes in the particles.
Because of the internet issue, I had no chance to get new stuff together. So why don't we talk at length about what we did this week? I know.
Actually, if you check your email, there's actually
I
some
just
new
got
stuff.
the internet back. I have not
If
even
you
opened all
check
of my
your
web
email,
pages.
there is some new stuff there because, I understood what was going on here, and I made sure that at least we had some stuff to talk about. It's not a lot, but I did
Gotta
have some.
say, I'm actually a little shocked.
Right.
Good job.
Yep. See?
Did
If I
you
remember,
send it to everybody?
I didn't have their email addresses, and
They're
it's
saved
saved.
in our thing.
It's saved per person.
Okay.
Whatever.
I'll forward it to you guys. He's like, I can't read.
Means I have to move some more. I'm just getting.
Stop the reading. Stop the reading. Stop the pain.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're coming in hot. Like, basically, our internet just got back up. We are just now online with all the router problems. So it's like, I don't know what's going on. Let's do a podcast.
24-hour stream right into a podcast. It'll be wonderful.
That
And
is
the
right.
podcast or the podcast. See, I don't even know what the heck I'm saying. I'm trying to censor myself for something.
I don't know.
You
what
sound
I
drunk.
think
It's
either.
fantastic. The only problem is you don't get the benefits of being drunk.
Right?
Right? It's like-
my body's all kind of like. I think
Hungover?
it's sleep deprivation kind of kicking in. You can't hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
No,
Huh?
Ivy said she couldn't hear me.
I can't hear you. I can't. Let me check our thingy.
Oh, do I need to move?
Did you swap your microphone?
I swapped it for Skype. You can hear me, but OBS can't hear me.
I can kind of hear you.
It sounds like it's coming through your headset, and your headset is
Yeah.
up.
It
Yeah.
is. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
Oh, freaking fix
Put your
it! Fix
put
it
your
quick!
headset down.
I am. Give me 1 second. Alright, so it won't count until I start streaming next time.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Freaking fine. Just go. Just go with it.
You want to just use this one?
Yes, because I'm not gonna turn off the stream and restart it. Let's go.
Don't get mad at me.
I'm not mad at you. I am about to be.
For what? It
You
was an
are,
accident.
you are still a little light there,
Just-
chicken.
Okay, sorry.
You still need to turn you up a little bit, I believe.
Ivy did save the day. You're absolutely correct, Ivy.
Yes.
And we love you for that. Thank you.
Good job,
Not
Ivy.
bad. Alright, there we go.
I'd say you win prizes, but no pants already won one, so.
Yeah, I know, right? Alright, now.
Are you
Perfect.
done
Good.
tweaking?
Good?
Oh
I'm
my
not
god.
changing anything.
People listening to the audio only version of this are gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
24-hour stream, 30 hours no sleep,
Internet issues.
internet issues, you name
Something,
it.
something make Baka cranky.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, hey,
if you want to blame us at this point for the little bit of issues that we're running into, then I'll give you my address. You can send me an angry
So
letter.
so when Baka actually, rips both your arms off and beats you with them, you'll understand why.
I probably won't feel it at that point, and he doesn't have the strength to. So yeah,
It,
Okay.
It'd start into like arm ripping, and then it would just fall over and just cuddle and sleeping.
Your arm's
Yeah.
like half ripped off, and he's cuddling and snoring, and you're like, this is painfully awkward.
No, I'm gonna be snoring and sleeping too. I mean, there isn't gonna be
He's
much.
just gonna be like, fuck it, just bandage me and let's go.
Yep.
Well, what are
Uh,
some of your highlights from the stream? Like, who won stuff? What were the high points? Let's just do that for those who couldn't make it.
The first winner was Janik. They won our Diablo Funko Pop over here. So that's our first winner. No Pants won the second one. He got the Dovahkiin Funko Pop. It hasn't come in yet, but as soon as it does, it will go straight to him. And Mortal won the last one. He got the Thanos Funko Pop, which was generously donated from
No
Ivy and
pants
No
and
Pants.
Ivy.
Yep. So they will get it to him immediately. And those were the 3 that we have given away so far. And if you were at the end of the last stream, you know that there may be more giveaways. But that is to come yet. That is yet to come.
Words.
Words forming but not making sense.
think
Words
we-
forming, just not in the right direction.
I hate that I didn't get to see all of it, but I think that I won anyway because I got to see the part early on when you guys were playing Divinity, and there was a grave, and it's like, oh, this grave looks nicely laid out. Are you sure you want to disturb it? And Baka's like, I got a shovel. I'm digging this shit up. It's like, are you really sure? And he's like, yeah, I want to dig this. Blew everything up, including the sheep. Everything in the
Blew us,
vicinity.
the sheep, the cow, like everything just went up in a base style explosion and we died.
It was
Yeah.
great. I'm gonna clip and put it on YouTube. If you guys had clips that you wanted me to put on YouTube after my internet went out because I didn't get to see it, just let me know. I'll go look for them. I'm gonna find them. I'm definitely gonna find the part where we finally did get Chicken's internet working again, and he snuck into Ark and shot Red in the back.
Yeah, watching it from his perspective, he's just sitting there looking through stuff, and then he goes, chink, looks behind, and then just like cripples backwards. It's like, oh.
Was that when you came in with the trank gun?
Yeah, it was my Trent crossbow.
Yeah.
And then
That was last night. I remember that.
Yep,
Yeah.
Baka come in at me. I shot it. I think he pulled out his rifle. I had my crossbow aimed at him, and then he pulled out his rifle, and I was like, all right, you want to play like that? I shot him in the leg, and I think I broke his pants. And then he took aim at me, and I hit him again real quick, and he just kind of fell over. I was like,
I broke his
Okay.
pants.
Because that's when Red was going, wait, who's in our house? Somebody broke into our house.
I wasn't listening. I was just kind of like,
It was great because I was dying because that's all you hear is, wait, somebody's in our house. Somebody broke, and you know how scared Red gets anyway. So it's like now he's like in real mode. He's
I
thinking,
gotta
oh my
go
god,
find it.
Fred is going to be more terrified of Ark later on.
absolutely.
We've already got fun ideas with a giant like centipede style type creature for him later.
Yeah, Red doesn't do well with centipedes. It's one of his life fears. So now it's gonna be a giant centipede in his favorite game.
you
Yay!
can watch Peter Jackson's King Kong. It's got a big giant centipede in it.
Ooh. I don't think that'll work for him.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It
I don't
should.
think it's for him either.
Oh, what Crusher said though, I've got to say, I think some of the highlights was Diablo. The hours between like 5 and 7, Baka was so gone, and so was I. That was the roughest time. And if you guys go and watch it, please don't make fun of us because we were just like staring at each other. And Ollie tried to have us pronounce something, and you remember it. It's the word for constipation. It was. I can't.
Is that what the hell it meant?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how it's pronounced, but it was like, and if he comes up, I'll have him write it again. But it was like, ka pa pong a bag a bag a bag a bag, and I was like, what in the world does that mean? And he's just busting up laughing, and we're just like, what does that mean? He's like, constipation. I was like, no, and Baka's like, what word? Ka ba 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 ba. Whatever.
I don't care about your kebab.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we start.
I like too. There was a guy that came in this morning, and y'all are both exhausted, and you just see like it was like his name was like Hajabaga Bigadaga Bigada like that. That's exactly how Chicken read it, and all it said was you guys suck. And he's like, "We've been up for like 24 hours.
I was
Yes, we
about to
do.
say your name. I'm sorry.
We do suck."
Oh
Yeah, it was
my
fantastic.
goodness.
Nicest filters were just like, I don't care, dude. Just
Yep. Whatever. Whatever, man. Whatever.
at this point, but the amount of fucks I give is none.
Yep. Yep. It was terrible.
I think
But-
it's nice that you guys accidentally lined up your stream for National Video Game Day too. That was yesterday. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job, you guys.
They did that on purpose.
Totally mastermind plan.
Yeah, they did that completely on purpose. Made sure that we got 500 followers last week just so we could do it too. We do appreciate everybody that did hang out with the guys too. By the way, whether you're here currently or not, make sure that you do check them out during the week. This ought to be kind of interesting because Chicken did a 24-hour straight stream and then is going straight into that. That ought to be neat.
Yeah. Good job.
Hell yeah.
Good luck, Chicken, all week long.
Oh, you know it. Baka will be there to help me too. I'm gonna start stealing him whenever he's free. He's gonna be with me. So, unless I'm doing
Yay.
something solo, or if he's
Gaming
doing something
buddies.
solo,
Yay.
but we'll just.
Gaming buddies.
You guys are gonna be besties. Oh wait, you already
That-
are.
Wait, that sounded wrong.
It's okay.
I don't know anymore. Like,
It's on
there's been
30.
so much wrong stuff been going on in the past 24 hours, like between like chat and what people have been saying and twisting and meat and I don't know anymore.
And
It probably
meat
doesn't help
and
that
wood.
Ivy and I are trying to figure out how to do innuendo on certain words and everything else.
Oh, Ivy doesn't even
On
need it. She
certain
just like
words?
randomly
Yeah,
goes,
Ivy's
wood,
like, hey, wood,
meat.
meat.
Hey, we did difficult today. There was 3 of us.
Yeah,
That did.
that was. I was like, how the fuck do you make this into an innuendo? And
All 3 of
Fuck
us did it. Thank you. It was me, Rez, and Ivy.
it was just like, fuck it, go for it.
Yep. Oh,
Wow.
my goodness.
And it wasn't that difficult to do
Maybe it wasn't that.
because the
Hard.
word was difficult. You used the
Oh.
word, put in an innuendo, and it wasn't that difficult. See how
Yeah, no.
See,
Sorry.
she's already starting again. She never
Meat.
stopped.
Meat.
Her and her rand like you just talk and she just comes out of nowhere and she's like, "Hey, meat." I'm like, "What?
Or wood.
Wood,
That's
yeah.
her other favorite.
Wood? Oh, you need help with your load?" I was so afraid to say things during this stream because every time I'm like, "Oh my, if I say anything, Ivy's just gonna like take it and start attacking me with it." I'm like, "No, Ivy,
Yeah.
please,
I'm
no
pretty sure
more."
Ivy and I are not allowed in the same room together ever because that's all it would be. It would be innuendo after another. Because
Ivy and I are always going to be in the same room. Like, once we meet, we'll never part ways.
We'll
Ivy,
just
I'm going to
stick
come to
out.
help
I
you.
can pretty much say this for everybody that's here. We're fine with that. It's okay. There's no problem with that. We have no problem.
I don't think
Oh, man.
we'd have any kind of say in it anyways, so it's just kind of one of those lay back and accept it things.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good point. Lay back.
There
and
you go,
accept-
Ivy. Lay back and accept it. There you go.
I like that Baka's like
Load.
further down on the screen too. Like he's just
Oh,
slowly.
he was a pop-up
melting.
mole this morning. It was
Yeah, you
great.
should-
Like, I showed up, you could see his eyes and his forehead, and that was it. He was leaned over to the back, and somebody could
Yeah.
it looks like a pop-up mole at a carnival. I was just sitting there trying to
Like whack-a-mole.
Yep.
Oh my god.
His like elevation changed throughout the entire stream. You'd see only like the top part of his head, and then here, and then here, and then like you'd see everything, and then back, and you just, you just shift back and forth. It was like, oh, hey,
I
where'd you go,
couldn't sit
Baka?
up straight anymore after a while. I was just like, I don't care. I need to lean back in the chair for a little while. It's just, oh my god, so much sitting.
That's okay. At one point, I just popped up my chair all the way, leaned all the way back, took my desk piece out, and just laid it on my chair, and I was just playing like that. I was like, I don't need to sit up anymore. I'm just gonna recline and play.
Oh
I
my
don't care if
god.
anyone sees my face or not. I just,
So what is so you played Diablo, you played Divinity.
Yep.
And Mario Kart, right? Was Mario Kart one of them?
Yep.
Yes.
We played Mario Kart
And
for a
Ark.
while.
And Ark.
Played Ark.
Is that the only games? What else you get?
We played Left 4 Dead 2 at the end. It really helped us get through the last little section, and
Just
it was
'cause it's faster pace, or
and it was fantastic. We got our asses kicked in every single round. We were just playing, but we lost every single round until the end. We turned it around and put the ass whooping on them, and then we won. And we had like 30 viewers who were hanging out with us. It was a fantastic end to the stream.
Yeah, I heard Chicken say something. I was in here playing on my, offline stuff because I couldn't participate. But I heard him say, well, I don't know if we're going to be able to stop now. And I'm thinking, oh, bitch, yes, you are.
There were like 32 people hanging out with us. I was like, wow, that is absolutely amazing. So
I was afraid he was going to send me to pick out the router on my own. And I was like, that ain't happening because I don't know what to get. And yeah.
Yeah, you sent me a text message to go, by the way, we got to get a router. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. When he said that he wasn't going to stop, I was like, no, I can't go by myself. Don't trust me with these decisions.
Oh.
I mean, there was one that was like an alien. It looked like it had like 6 antennas coming off of it. And I was like, maybe we need that one. See, that's what would happen. I would have got that. And we probably
that's cool.
That, right?
We got one with only
it's
3 antennas.
It's one of those decisions of, oh, that's my favorite football team. Why? Oh, because look at the pretty colors. I mean, it's that kind of same decision. All right, well, it's got 10 antennas. That must be the one we need.
Yeah, I mean, we need one with more power. And obviously, if it's got that many antennas, it's got to be strong, right? Like, I don't know what to look for. Thank God I took Chicken anyway. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, but then we called Red anyway. I was just like, I'm too tired to make a decision. So
you were useless in the end anyway. I could have just gone myself and called Red. Got it.
But would you have called Red?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I'm useless. You could have gone yourself.
Ivy comes in and says, it's so pretty.
We got a Netgear, actually.
Yeah, it's got a lot of really bright lights on it. And some antennas, and that's what I know about it.
Yeah, it's really powerful. It's definitely will. It will definitely be able to handle the load.
Always got to make sure to handle that load.
Oh my God.
Yep.
How well can you handle the load? That's the question that you gotta ask.
I mean, I don't know how else to put it, to be honest. It's like how I can handle the amount of data being streamed through it. It's like I don't want to get into technicalities and whatnot, so it's just like I'll let Ivy have it, and we'll just handle our load.
So basically, you let Ivy have it, and now you're handling the load. Is that what I just got out of that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Just checking. There's no beating around the bush on this one. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
whatever. We've seen and read a lot of things in the last
done
24
there,
hours.
It got worse.
Well, you guys weren't there for like the 4 a.m., 5 a.m. before Ivy passed out, and then when she reappeared magically, is just. Oh my goodness! It was one hell of a ride. You're talking about a roller coaster.
Well, while you guys were doing
talking about
that,
Ivy or the router?
Everything. Like this whole 24-hour thing was one hell of a fucking ride. Like goodness. I don't even.
Next time we'll be more prepared.
Just comes in and says Bush.
Thanks, Ivy. Thanks. Everybody compose yourselves. Pull yourselves together, men.
Hey, did you know that we're playing video games? That's what we've been doing.
I finished Shadow of Mordor, and I made myself finish it because once you get to the second map, you're like, all right, I'm done playing this.
Really? I loved it.
So did I.
mean, I really enjoyed it too, but it got so repetitive and just. I don't know, like, they tried to up the difficulty by, it's like, oh, you've got to go brand to this war chief, but this war chief's got 2 bodyguards that are, captains or whatever the fuck the big guys are, too. And it's like, oh, okay, so same thing again. They sent me to the same keep, like, 6 times in a row. I'm like, why can't I just consolidate these quests? They're all here at the same time. Let me just do this and get it over with. That should be a ride at Six Flags.
For you guys listening to the audio only,
do we all get a ride? I'm just asking.
Only
for those who wait. Never mind. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
The question is though, is if she's a ride for everybody at Six Flags, like, if you're not first in line, you really want to get on?
No.
Just saying.
I have a comment for that.
There's season passes,
completely go in the gutter if I do.
Trust me.
Here come out my nose, Baka.
Fuck it. Why not?
Wow. We're gonna have to put this back on track, you guys.
Yeah.
After
Yep, no more.
I don't know
Nope.
which track it is anymore. I mean, I don't know where we're going.
I lost track of the tracks. I mean,
Yeah, I mean that was like 16 hours ago, and I'm being serious. It was about 16 hours ago I started losing it. I don't even know what time that would be. Like
There's no telling. There's no telling.
Yeah.
12 hours. Oh yeah, 16 hours ago is right about when our router started going ballistic on us. So it was all downhill from there, and then
All right,
uphill.
so Griff, you've been playing Shadows and you finished it, correct?
Yes.
And so it got repetitive. What did you think of the plot, other than the repetitive of the game?
I mean, I feel like, and Chicken brought this up after the show last week. We were talking about innovative games, and I was like, oh, Shadow of Mordor is pretty innovative. And it is, but the only thing that none of us mentioned about it was the story, because the story is a bit lackluster.
I like the story. I mean, it wasn't great.
I think it could have been better. It wasn't awful. But the problem is like you get this intro with Talion. You're like, oh my god, his family's, Grave Walker, he's undead, oh no. And then you only hear about Celebrimbor for so long. Like, it doesn't even matter what Talion's dealing with, or the fact that he's not really, dealing with anything. He's just doing what Celebrimbor needs him to. And I don't know, it just felt like Talion, I don't know what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it so that you, by the end, when they told you, oh, you were really just here for this, you were like, oh yeah, I guess I could see that. But it felt really next to impossible to bond with Talion at some points. Or you're like, I don't really know. I'm supposed to care because his wife and child got killed in front of him, and then he was sacrificed. And I understand that. But he's not the most easy to attach to, because there's really nothing else about him. You're like, okay, he's a ranger, and he
I
loves
guess,
his family.
but you look at it differently than I think some gamers do too, because you're that attachment to the character. Some of us attach easier than you do, but I think for you, it's harder to attach to people. Like, you have to have a little bit more information for the character detail in order to be able to attach to a certain
Well, I
person.
feel like I have to have something to attach to. I mean, losing your wife and kid, that sucks, but that's like, as much as I hate to say it, that's just general video game
Cliche.
easy way to get you to attach to somebody. Kill somebody important in their family. Wife and child, first choice.
God of War,
parents,
Kratos.
second choice. Yeah, I mean, it's not like that.
Every Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, family members die. That's just what's gonna happen. It's cliche, and that there needs to be something else to attach to aside from just that. But there wasn't. It was like, oh, they're dead. He's a ranger. I have no idea anything else about Talion at all. But I know a whole fucking lot about Celebrimbor.
So I don't disagree with that. But at the same time, it's kind of the only problem I really had with the game was the last final boss fight. Because all of a sudden it becomes quick time events.
Yeah, it was just a couple of those and you're done. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, the one leading up to it when you're fighting, I guess it's the Black Hand. You're supposed to stealth brand him like 4 times or something. And one time I got so frustrated with it because one time I stealth branded him and then he disappears and reappears. He reappeared right in front of me looking at me. I was like, really? Really? I know it's RNG where he's going to pop up, but seriously? Right there, okay.
It happens. It happens. I've been playing the Rare Replay collection.
What do you play? Like which one?
Yes, I just keep flipping through them because they're old games. It's just like, oh, I remember this. It's one of those things. The best part of it though is when you pull up, like when you start the entire game up for the first time. I guess you call it a game because it's got this whole. It's basically like a gallery, and you can switch to the gallery and pick up which game you want. Some of them are Xbox 360 games, so it switches through the 360 mode, and then you can swap back. But the cool thing about it is they've got an entire Rare Replay song that plays at the beginning, and it pops up all the characters as it's going. But it's really cool because it's very late 80s, early 90s on the way that the song is done and stuff. It's like that style of rock. Just before grunge movement hit, that kind of hairbandish type thing. But it was great because it's just like, it's going through and it's just like, Rare Replay, you can play Rare Replay, and it's just like going through and all the characters are popping up. But it's fun to go back and play some of the games. You forget how hard Battletoads is. I'm just
Never
lying.
forget that.
Actually, no, I'm lying. Nobody forgets how hard that game is. No, you playing it, and it's cool because they have Battletoads from the way we remember it. Most of us that played like the Nintendo version of the game, and then they have the arcade version there too. So you can play both versions of the game, and they have a lot of arcade versions of them. If they're 4x3 format, They actually have borders on the side of, so it kind of reminds
Oh, I've
you
seen
of
that,
an
yeah.
arcade. And then, but I played Jetpack, which was a fun little game. Thanks for following, Aaron. And you've got little games like that that you can go through and play the old ones and stuff, and then you'll go turn around and go, "Why did I like this game when I was younger?" You know, like you got some of that, but you forget how hard games were. Like now we think of games being difficult to a certain degree, but old platforming style games in the arcade, they were just money juggernauts. Like the idea was just throw quarters in the damn game because you're gonna get so pissed. I'm glad I have them on a console now
You
because
don't
it's
have
like
to waste all the money.
yeah, and I can also turn the motherfucker off when I get into rage, right? Because I'm sitting there going rage, rage, you know, because I'm just mad. I'm sitting there playing this game, and I was like, "You got to be fucking kidding me!" So I swap over to something else. But it's neat too because like if you get past a certain level, the game allows you to save. So even if you're playing one of these older games, you can save where you left off. So that part's kind of neat. It's something you wouldn't been able to do before. Because remember, we used to have like, well, you all probably don't remember, but well, Baka would, but we used to have codes that you had to write down. Like at the end of a level, if you were going to quit out or whatever, there was a code that would pop up, and you could write down all the code. And the next time you started, you could type in the code, and that would start you off at that same level. I think Castlevania 3 had that option. There were a lot of older games and stuff that had that because they didn't have the save feature.
Yeah, that
So
all started with Zelda.
yep. And so that allows you to be able to go in and now you can just hit a save button instead of having to type, write in a code and be able to do it. But it's an older game and it's on there. And there's some games I'd never heard of before. And I played them a little bit and I went, I don't understand why I've never played this before. But my favorite was shit, I can't even think of the damn name of the game now. Might have been Cameo. But I started off with it, and for some reason, my character locked into a prone position. Have no clue how to get him out of the prone position after
Nice.
it locked in, and so I'm just wandering around in a prone position, walking. Essentially, I'm going the same speed as I would if I was walking. It wasn't slowed down or anything. And if I tried to turn left or right, it just rolled one direction or the other. And I was like, shit, let me out of here. So I'm pushing every button on the thing and I can't get out of it. And I was like, well, there's a glitch.
Nice.
You know, but it's fun. It's one of those where I recommend buying it just for the nostalgia part of it, and for the fact that you could actually go in and play a game you've never played before, and it's a rare game. Like you're gonna
Right.
go through and play it, and you'll find out that it's a rare game. But it's neat too because when you go in and you play a game or you've started playing a game or whatever, they unlock uh, videos of talking to the Rare employees about Rare and what makes a Rare game, what they've decided to do with their company, what makes them different than other companies. Can you tell a Rare game from another game? That type of thing. And I thought that was pretty cool because I like the background of games and seeing them talk about stuff they love. It's pretty fucking cool.
Nice.
And so it's pretty neat. So I definitely recommend it. And the song, come on, it's the opening song. Gotta have the opening song.
Does it play every time you go back to the main menu or just when you start the game up?
Just when you start the game up. So
Okay.
like if you've like I was playing FIFA or something the other night with my friends over at the house, and I swapped back over when they left, and when they did, it pulled it up again then because I was scared it was going to be only the first time I ever played the game was it
You're
ever
like,
going to pop it up.
no.
Right. But it's the opening intro is what it is because it goes through all the stuff and then at the end it's a curtain and the curtain opens for your main menu to where you have a gallery, you have the one that has your behind the scenes videos and stuff like that, and then it has something else. And this allows you to and then you choose what it is that you're on there, and the curtain closes and opens back up, so you're in the gallery. It's kind of neat
Nice.
the way it's set up. So I do want to go through like Perfect Dark and Perfect Dark Zero and things like that again. But
Yeah, Perfect Dark Zero, I think, is the one we played, right? It was Zero, not
Yeah.
just Perfect Dark,
Yeah.
right? Okay, just
Yeah.
checking. Wanted to make sure.
Yep.
The one
Oh
with the
my God.
crazy ass bot difficulty where it's like poke your head up above the little rock, bam, you're dead.
Yep.
Yep.
Heat-seeking laser fucking snipers. Jeez. Yeah, those bots were crazy. I did some Saints Row. You're talking about the glitch thing with the cameo and the guy rolling around.
yes.
Boss got naked again. It has never happened to me. I have played this version of the game 3 full times. This is my 4th run. Never happened. All of a sudden, Like, and he wasn't shooting this time. He was running, and he went to jump, and when he went to jump, his clothes disappeared. I was like, oh my god, again!
You have like the flashiest. I mean, like he's just boss. It's just like fuck clothes.
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck 'em.
seriously, he really is. He's like, I don't need to wear this. And it's always during a mission, so I can't just stop and go get his outfit.
So does
Like,
the game?
no.
Does the game know he's naked? Like when it happens, because the crowd reacts. Like if you're running
Oh
through
yeah,
the thing,
yeah. No, they react to it.
so it's a legit
Like,
glitch
yeah,
to where he just
let's
fuck
wear
fuck
clothes.
clothes.
Yeah, he's like, fuck that. I don't need these clothes. And then like the last one that I was editing, which will be part 11, so I've got 10 coming out probably tomorrow, and then 11 will be later this week. Not only did that happen, that was part 10, I think, where he got naked. The game crashed. Like, I got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna go start this next mission, and the game completely crashed, sent me back to the dashboard, and I'm like on the video of like, well, I guess that means we're done for the day. I've never had this many problems with Saints Row. I don't know what's going on. It's like they know I'm recording it, and they're like, we're gonna fuck with this one. Freaking seriously. So yeah, naked boss, a lot. Not my fault.
Boss.
I can't help it. I don't have any control over it. I don't know where his clothes go either. They just pop off. Like,
But it would be weird if he lost outfits. Like whatever he was wearing went naked, and then it's like you couldn't find the outfit. Like you could go back in to change. You're like, shit, I lost that one.
you
That
gotta
was
go
my
back and buy another one.
that was my favorite too. It's like
Well, that's why he's wearing it. It is my favorite, but yeah, it's like, what? Thanks for doing that in the middle of a mission. It couldn't just be while I was running around town and had plenty of time to go get a new one. Nope. People are shooting at me, cops everywhere, explosions, but dick is hanging out because I'm a dude. Yay! Yay! This is safe. hate
well, you know, if you run out of bullets with one gun,
I don't think that's nearly as intimidating though. Like, I don't care how well hung boss is. I don't think that's intimidating when they've got real guns.
I don't
Fair
know if dudes started shooting.
It's like Trevor level crazy.
It's not. Yeah, well, I mean, if a dude started running up to me and just like shooting, well, loads at me, I think I would just run away.
that's a good point.
I mean, I gotta agree with
I
him.
would just kind of at that point I would just kind of say, "Fuck it, you win. I'm done."
Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't even know what the hell you're thinking, but whatever.
Ivy
You
says
must
meat
be
be
crazy.
flapping in the wind.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's true too, because in Saints Row you're like flying around. You're like, you know it is. You know it is.
Uh,
Thanks,
Oh,
Deep
God.
Silver Vision. Thanks.
Oh man, I just thought of some bad things on that one.
Ivy has really corrupted you.
Well, it's not hard at this point. My brain is just mush.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I like that your Nightbot's still going on and on about giveaways.
Don't listen to him. He is
drunk.
he's about as tired as we are. He's been
drunk.
running all
fucker.
night.
That fucker was sober for 24 hours. He started drinking as soon as that damn thing was over.
Yeah.
Nightbot's gonna demand a raise. Damn
poor-
it, Nightbot.
All
All right.
right.
Who read the
He's-
news? You want to tell us something about the news?
I'll tell you a little bit about the news. You wanna know?
Okay, you tell me about the news.
This is going to interest probably just me and Baka, but I'll tell you anyway. I saw some Battlefront footage, and it looks absolutely fucking fantastic.
Star Wars? Is that what we're talking about?
Star Wars Battlefront, yeah.
Battlefront. Okay. My brain always says Battlefield, and I'm like, are we talking Star Wars?
No,
or-
no, no.
It's
Pops and
essentially
hoppers.
what it is, unfortunately, especially since it's being done by EA Dice. So
Oh.
Battlefield, let's step Star Wars skin on it. There we go. There's your game.
Well, and third person.
Yeah. Third person.
But
Well,
a
you
lot
can
of-
swap back and forth, but
Oh, it can be
But
first
the
person?
issue is, like, in comparison to the PlayStation 2 and original Xbox version, there's a lot of, like, modes and content that have been cut out. And I'm sure, yeah, they could probably go through and add it in DLC and whatnot. But that's just basically going, here's a portion of the game, and you're going to give us more money besides the initial $60 to get those lovely modes that you so thoroughly enjoyed back into your game in order to feel like it's an actual Battlefront game again.
That sucks. Is that what it looked like to you, Oak?
I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to end up being, but yeah, they took a lot of the, like,
they've taken a
modes
lot of
and-
the modes and stuff out of it, but it makes you wonder how popular the modes are. If it's going to be something they add in later, based on request, and then microtransaction the fuck out of us about it.
Microtransactions,
Yeah.
get out.
Because it's bend you over and rip out your wallet from your pocket and go.
Yeah.
Bend you
I had
over and
something
rip
else
it.
in mind, but my brain no words.
Right, no words. Oh.
No words.
Well, I don't know. I hope they don't make a complete debacle out of it, but it's EA, so there's always that possibility.
Always a possibility.
Yeah.
I
Like
mean, Vampire's
99%.
getting better about stuff, but I don't know. I wouldn't say he's batting 1,000 yet.
No, but you can only polish a turd so much, and it's still a turd.
Aw.
Additionally, they've got something good. I mean, their E3 was all about Garden Warfare 2.
And then the Titanfall dropped and it went silent.
Yeah, we're bringing Titanfall to EA Access, and everybody's like,
Cool.
So,
It's a good game,
and?
but okay. But you think that people would learn too, because like Titanfall had a big following to start with, which has still got a good amount of gamers and stuff that are on it. But part of the problem with the game is that there's not a campaign that's there, and then you're going to do the same thing with Battlefront.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, you
it-
tried it once, it didn't work out that great. Why would you do it again?
yeah,
because
it's
it's
just
a bigger title, more recognizable.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, people are going to be like, I'm going to buy this no matter what
Because
it's Star Wars.
Exactly. And then they're going to be like, you bought this, and I know you want this.
yeah.
So give me your wallet and your social security cards, and
You can have it. I mean, it's
I'm pretty sure that
congratulations, we now own your soul.
It's
Joke's on you,
strategic
EA.
marketing.
I'm Ginger.
so
You have no soul. Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's why Kojima put Troy in Metal Gear Solid. He's like, oh, she'll play it this way. Trying to trick you. Get putting something in that you know I want. No. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, by the way. One of the few things that I did see that was, I don't know if it's news or not, but somebody modded Metal Gear Solid 5 and took Quiet out and put Ocelot in her place. So, like, the scene where she's rolling around on the deck in the rain and splashing, and yeah, it's hilarious. It is so, like,
I'll have to see that for sure.
I want to watch.
So did we ever find out the reason on why she is half nude?
yeah,
Can we
Some-
talk about that?
that's a
It's
something
spoiler.
about.
that's a spoiler.
Does it actually spoil the game?
It spoils, I think, her story. Like you find out through the game.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I'll
Well,
tell you afterwards. How
yeah,
about that?
tell me afterwards.
yeah,
Okay.
so
Because I'm not really interested in playing the game. So
we don't step on
Until it-
anybody's toes here.
until it's a $5 sale. And,
Yeah, I'm still probably not gonna play it. I just can't. It's the dumbest justification ever. Whatever. Keep going.
whatever.
Move on before I really get bitter.
You bitter?
Bitter.
Never.
Never.
Destiny's Crazy Mayhem multiplayer mode is now available to everyone. Could you
What
please
is-
explain to me what that is? Anybody have
I
a
don't
clue?
know.
I don't
What's
know.
Mayhem?
Yep.
I
I don't
haven't
know.
played in like 2 weeks.
You're
I haven't
basically,
even
it's okay. It
updated.
says you're basically a superhero. Your grenades, ammo, super ability, and melee moves recharge very quickly. In addition, Bungie said previously that the mode was designed to feel more like a party game that you can play to blow off steam rather than take too seriously. Okay, so it's like ultra rapid fire mode from League. Only instead of it having no cooldown, it's got a very tiny one. Okay, so
Ultra Rapid Fire had 90% or 80% cooldown reduction, so it's just like that. It's just
Okay.
really fast cooldowns.
everybody's gonna use their super all the time, and there's just gonna be massive amounts of death, especially fuck you warlocks.
It kind of reminds me of Wablam
you.
or Kablam or whatever it was that Red made, or Red
Blam?
stole, or
Yeah, but
whatever
that's
it was.
not that. I think that has a little more variation because you don't know what weapons you're gonna get, which can fuck you over. Thank you, double sniper rifles. And your grenades regenerate. We're talking about a game mode on Halo 3 that we really like to play. It's a tiny box. You get Fiesta weapons, so your 2 weapons are random choice. You don't have any say in that, and then you have grenade regeneration. So eventually you'll have all of the grenades that you can throw. Yeah, double sniper rifles will never help me, but Baka gets the fucking grab hammer, and we're all dead like 6 times over.
Until someone spawns with a shotgun.
Yeah, right? Or a rocket launcher. Red gets the rocket launcher, and it's like, fuck, that's just as bad as Baka having the fucking hammer.
No kidding.
I was always figured that Red would kill himself with that.
He does
No.
sometimes.
Yeah, but if he kills himself, usually he takes at least one of us out with him.
That is true.
Two if he can, you know. Get a kill, rinse, repeat. Yeah, that's probably what it's gonna be. It's gonna be, I used my super, and one of you at least died, and somebody else used their super, and now I'm dead. Let's do this again. I mean, I don't know. It sounds like it could be kind of fun, but that's pretty much what it's gonna be. So it'll probably be fun for a few rounds, and then you'll go off to do something else. Kind of like with just about everything in Destiny. Oh, this is fun. Okay, I'm done here. Sorry, guys. I know there's some big Destiny fans in chat, and it's a decent game. I will not argue that. It is enjoyable with friends, but it's not a game that you... It's not a game that you can put a whole lot of time into and feel fully satisfied. Because you're putting the time into it so that you can get something crappy and then move on to put more time into it. There's no, like, yay, I've succeeded and I feel good about my goals in life. It's continued farming simulator.
Farming. Hey, we got people that listen to us that love farmer simulators. So.
Luke Smith actually said that he was talking about some of the Destiny rumors, and he was answering things like the fact that people feel like content was cut out of Destiny before it launched. And he's like, that's just not true. That was never the case. I wrote blah, 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 blah. Because he was talking about one of the raids. I think it's the one, Chicken, you were telling me about, where we were supposed to go in with a hero and save somebody, and he was going to fight.
To save a hero from, I think, the first boss, and then he helps you fight the last boss, and then he sacrifices himself to give you the big shield, and then you get to fight, and then you get to kill the last boss, and, you know, it's a big old story of sacrifice and heroism and things like that, but instead it's just, you know, run and kill the first boss, run to the second part, or avoid some Gorgons, do a jumping puzzle, kill the last boss.
He's like, you know, I wrote all of that lore for the Grimoire. It was never intended to be in the game. And it's like, well, maybe you should have put it in. Maybe you shouldn't ask us to go to your fucking website and read the lore of the game. Maybe you should give it to us. Maybe that's a good idea. In fact, that's something that I guess Mordor could have taken a note from as well, because you find all the collectibles and it wants you to go and, like, listen to little clips of the story, but at least it's all in-game. You can still do it in-game. With Destiny, it's like, you want to know? Go read it. It's on our website. Thanks. Let me pause my game and pull up my internet. You're putting time into the social aspect of the game. Yeah, I guess that's true.
But, okay, I was going to reply to that, but there are just so many different things that you could do with your friends rather than just sit in orbit or do PvP. Like, GTA is really fun. If more people had PC, more people should have PC. PC Master Race. But, yeah. It gives you a lot more freedom. You can do whatever you want. You can connect any way you want. You can play anything you want, and there's a lot more multiplayer. Freedom to play multiplayer with mods and things like that, but I ain't going to get into that whole spiel of PC over console, console over PC. Everything's got its own place.
PC Master Race.
Yes.
But you're right.
Who doesn't want to play GTA online and have just whales randomly falling out of the sky while you and your friends are chasing each other and shooting at each other?
And cars that randomly catch on fire. Don't forget that. That sounds fun.
Yep.
Or the narcolepsy
really
one.
Yeah, I mean, Ark's really fun. We have fun playing that together, but you can't get that on console yet.
But it's coming. And mods are coming too. I mean, like, Fallout 4 is going to let us do mods on console. Yay!
Yeah,
Actually,
we will
for
see.
Xbox.
We'll see how that's gonna go, because first of all, they're gonna have to make the mods on PC, and then they're gonna have to go through some long, tedious process, and the most popular ones may get put over on.
Are you sure that's how it's gonna work?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna work.
And they made it sound like it was gonna be like you can make a mod on PC and then load it up on your Xbox. I know PS4 is gonna have to wait. Like, they're still working on fixing that for them, but
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a tedious thing.
I don't think so.
Microsoft's always been like that with their consoles. They don't just let free-made content enter their consoles without thoroughly inspecting it. Because if they sneak something onto the console that can crack the console.
That's true.
I mean, it's like, all right, anything you want, you just put it in this file and then move it right over to your console. And they're like, all right, you want me to do that? I'll just slide this thing in there. They're not checking anything, and then boom, there you go.
I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some sort of, like, check for it, but I don't think it's going to be a really tedious process.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be only the most popular ones, too, like how Steam has...
Well, that's true, but I mean, really, like, how many people are going to want to have, I don't know, like, cat tails and cat ears on their Fallout 4 characters?
You really underestimate the amount of I don't know. I don't know what to call them. I mean, I'm not gonna
Kitty
furries,
people?
furries or something. I don't know. The people that like things like that. People like all the different customizations. I mean, Baka downloads billions of mods for Skyrim, random ones. I mean, you get to beat people with a popsicle.
Yeah, Baka, you're gonna have to start making videos with that stuff, by the way.
I mean, it's just all that random kind
All
of
I'm
stuff where
saying.
you're like, I'm gonna go through here and I'm gonna download this. All right, that was fun to play with for a little bit, and I'm gonna uninstall. This, on Xbox, you're gonna be like, all right, this is most popular. I'm allowed to download this.
I could see that too, though. But at the same time, I mean, that's also space
There-
reasons.
There's still going to be limitations as far as with the modding on the consoles. I mean, there has to be, unfortunately, just because of the console limitations themselves.
I mean, you can see how big the game size difference is between the consoles. I mean, sorry, I got distracted by what that guy said in chat.
I don't know if that's legit.
I haven't heard anything really by that name, but
Yeah, I have not heard anything about that. But
Wow.
anyway, it's going to be interesting to see the size difference. Are they going to have to, are the mods going to be made bigger so that they can run properly on it? And if the mods run into problems while they're loading, are they going to, I mean, I don't know. It's just going to be, we'll have to see how it goes because what games on consoles offer fully mod support right now?
None that I'm aware
None.
of.
And see, it's this may open the door, but it's gonna have trouble keeping the door open. So,
Yeah, I could see that, but I mean, I could see why you wouldn't want to bring everything over anyway. I mean, look at Skyrim's mod page. Like, you can go through the Steam Workshop, and it's just page after page after page, and you're not going to want to flip through a catalog quite that large on your console.
that's true.
But
I'm
I thought the purpose behind it was on that was to that you would be transferring it from the computer over to the Xbox because it'll have the Windows engine.
Yeah.
So- Yeah.
But we were talking about that, and if they leave that unfiltered, then people will be able to bring anything they want from a PC to their console, and which means people can start cracking their consoles, and that's something. Since it's always online, that is something that they're going to be heavily monitored for because they don't want to risk
Well, I'm sure they're
anybody.
gearing up for
Fair
things
enough.
like that as well. I mean, I'm sure Microsoft's not going to be so stupid and naive that they're like, oh, people are only going to create good content for nice other people. And no, they're not
No.
dumb.
Well,
They're
I know
already gearing up for that, so I'm pretty sure that's something they're considering. It's not going to just be like, oh, fuck, nobody said quality control, and look what happened.
Yeah, but you know how hard it is to monitor. If people want to be bad, they're gonna be bad. They're gonna mess things up for everybody. It's just human nature.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the way people are. You've got some people that are inherently always want to do good things, never want to look at anybody being bad, anything like that. And then you have some people that just want to do bad things because it makes them happy. And then you have those of us that are kind of in between that are inherently good people, but we do bad things sometimes. So it's just a matter of but not to the point to where like we're fine with speeding, but we're not okay with drinking and driving. You see the difference? Like
Yes.
it's one is a possibility of breaking the law to a certain degree, but we're not okay with doing it to where we're going to hurt a lot of people at the same time. So, and I think that that's the problem that you run into with modders is the fact that you're going to have some that are building it to have fun, do a lot of things that are going to be great, and then you're going to have that small few that are going to do it in order to benefit themselves in some way. So,
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I was looking at some of the news stuff that you sent us, Oak, and I was reading the Gamers Don't Want Unfinished Content, says Square Enix exec about Hitman.
yeah.
So they're going to release the game and then have episodes that come later?
Yeah, they're doing an episodic release, which, I mean, they're free episodes because you paid for them with the game. But the problem that I have is why not just wait and release them with the game?
Yeah, why does Hitman need to be episodic?
Yeah,
And they
but-
said that it's going to be a full experience at launch. But
Well, I
if
guess it's maybe it's one of those, let's see when it comes out and we'll go from there. But I mean, it's just, is it a full experience the same way that, a Metal Gear Solid game is, where it takes 20 minutes to play through it and you go back and replay it 100 times? Or is it one of those where it's going to be a legit $60, 14 hours worth of gameplay style of game. Has a lot of replay value because you could play certain levels different ways, and then they're adding to that. That's what I would like to know. So
I have
I guess
no
we'll have to
idea.
wait and see.
Yeah, that'd
But
definitely have to be a wait and see because I'm not sure what they get out of that. I mean, I'm the kind of guy that always looks at what kind of angle they're trying to work from with that.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's free. I mean, because they're not saying they're charging. Basically, it's part of your $60 original fee. If it's free, why does it matter?
Yeah,
You
and if
know?
you're getting a full game, are they kind of doing what Witcher did? And you get the full game, and then you get a bunch of DLC for free. You get the full game, and you get a bunch of episodes for free.
Yeah.
So this could be Witcher could have started something that we all went, yes, please do that for us.
And then they were like, "Yeah, let's try this. Let's release, I guess, let's release the game, like the base game. You get your whole story, you get your campaign, all of this stuff, and then let's just add on to it for free." And then people are like, "Oh wow, this is pretty awesome. We get a bunch of free stuff," and it kind of makes you think, "Oh wow, this is a really good idea." Because I mean, you don't have to pay for any of the extra stuff. I mean, that's my number one thing: free stuff. Come on now, free
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
So,
I like free stuff.
so
I'm a big
Free
fan.
stuff is good.
I mean, that's what makes people stand out. I mean, EA is money grubbing. Uh, Project Red,
CD Project Red.
CD
Yeah.
Project Red, they're like, we made you a beautiful game, and we're going to give you all this stuff for free. It's like, all right, I'm going to pick you way over you.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is if they know it cost us this much to make all this, and we're gonna send it in, and we're gonna make this amount of money back off of it, they're okay with that. On top of that, they also run a website that's one of the more popular websites for PC gamers that they're
Yeah.
making money off as well. So if they're running those, they're making the money off of it. They can actually subsidize The Witcher and with some of the money they're making off of GOG.com. So it's allowing them to be able to do it versus EA, which yes, we understand it takes a lot to make some of these games you're making, but at the same time you have other ways to subsidize it. Now, one of the things that I looked at EA did quite well, which was when they came out with EA Access, which they just don't have a whole lot of titles yet on that. But when they came out with EA Access, they said, okay, you could pay $5 a month or you could pay $30 for an entire year. So it's a drastic discount by paying it by a yearly fee. So they're trying to move over one direction, but they're not doing a great job on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody else is gonna do that. What else can we release in episodes and stuff?
Well, what else can we fully release and just kind of add on to it? It's like, for
Well,
free.
we could do that with like everything, right? You could always add to your world. There has yet. I mean, I guess maybe not like Shadow of Mordor, because there's got to be a movie that comes right after it or something like that. I can't remember if it's right after it or lateral, but there's a movie that happens as well. Like there's already an established universe,
Lord
things
of
like
the
that.
Rings.
Yeah. But I think that you could do it with other games. I mean, you could do it with an Assassin's Creed game, right?
Yeah.
Definitely do it with Assassin's Creed game where you can have free DLC that you add into the project. I would venture to say even some of your first-person shooters out there, you could probably do it with Halo or something like that, to where because there's going to be people that want to add extra on there. I don't think that it would be as long as something like ODST, but you could see ODST being episodic also. Which was when you went from Halo 3 or Halo 2 to Halo 3, and that place it took in between, then it would have kind of something similar to that, because that was a very short game, but it was a complete game, if you will.
Right.
But it would have been, it would have been great to go, okay, we're going to give you ODST for everybody that played Halo 2, or whatever, and go through and get it that way, or it was part of your Halo 3 package, so you could see what led up to that point, whatever it happened to be. So I don't know, a lot of games that are out there, I think, could benefit from doing this, and a lot of game companies could, but I don't know who's going to do it.
Well, you have to do it right too. You can't let it be stuff that you cut out to give us later because you want us to feel like you're a good guy.
Like
It has
Activision.
to be, yeah. But they didn't give it to us later for free. They gave it to us later for money.
For lots of money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lots
It'd
of
be
money.
different if they were like, okay, well, we cut this content out and then we're going to dole it back out to you in pieces, but it'll be free. That still sucks, but it's not nearly as bad as we're going to dole it out to you in pieces. They're going to be $30 a pop. Enjoy.
Yay, $30 a pop.
All right, now I've got something. Since we've been talking about it, it makes me think. All right, they want to release the game, and then they want to release parts to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like an MMO. They release you the game, and then they give you patches to make the
Oh.
game's life last longer. Because games like that, you buy it, you play it, you continue on for a little while, and then more than likely you're going to move away. But in this form, you buy the game, you play it, add stuff, extends the life. Add stuff, extend the life. And
So
then
it's kind of like what I said about what they need to do with the Call of Duty series. Instead of doing a title every single year, which is what they've done, and same thing with Assassin's Creed, instead add to the life. Same thing like with Assassin's Creed 2, where you ended up with Brotherhood and what was the one after that one?
Revelations.
yes.
Okay, with Revelations, you're extending the life of that single game by expanding. It's the same thing expansion's supposed to do in the first place, but this way they're doing it free.
Exactly, which makes it a whole lot better. Is because people are like, "Oh, you just bought this game, you get all of this for free," and then people are like, "All right, cool, I could hit this," and you buy it, and then you get all of this extra stuff, and then yeah, I know. Yeah,
I could hit this. Nice job.
So,
Nice job, Chicken.
Well,
So it's a Sega Genesis.
What?
It's a Sega Genesis.
Did the Sega Genesis do that?
Kind of like they had the Sega Genesis, and they went, hey, look, you can extend your Sega Genesis life by adding in the Sega CD, but you still have to have your Sega Genesis, and you have to have this weird attachment. And then they had like the 32X, and then like a whole bunch of other crap. And by the end of it, you were really using like 5 or 6 friggin' power supply cords to run this giant Frankenstein monstrosity because they were trying to extend the Sega Genesis life out for so long.
Which is kind of what we thought the Wii was doing when they came out with the Wii U. People thought it was peripheral that was going to be added onto
Yeah.
the Wii.
Yeah, but I mean, it's entirely its own concept.
Yeah.
And I like what No Pants said right there. It's a really good idea. I would like to see an Assassin's Creed game that would have a lot of powerful people, and every few weeks have a small story to make you kill a mark. You get your big game. Then they kind of add in some stuff that adds a whole different mission and evolves your world. And then you got this whole part, and then if you buy the game, you get all of this and then the extra missions that evolve the world. And then a couple weeks later, they add in something else, or a couple months, and they just kind of keep evolving the world. So people who play from first day kind of get to see their world evolve and have a longer life in the game.
So it's similar to World of Warcraft, MMOs.
Exactly. I mean, they're
Right.
taking a good idea from it, but doing it for free, which is
Yeah,
beautiful.
but that's the problem. Is it, especially with Assassin's Creed? It's Ubisoft. They're not going to do that shit for free.
Well, that was just an
Called a season
example.
pass.
I know that was an example. But what if they added the season pass into it? Which gets into,
What do you count as paid content and what's free?
well, alright, fine. Would you do $80 for a game where you get your full game and then you get like 6 months of free add-ons?
Depends on what the free add-ons are and how much it's going to add on. I mean, like 6 months
Like-
of free add-ons and it's one mission a month, it may not be worth it.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
true.
but if you're paying, let's say you're paying $60 for 6 months, and it's 4 hours more of gameplay per mission.
Yeah, then that might
Yeah,
be
yeah,
different.
that's totally
Yeah.
worth it. Like, if
Because-
they balance it right, it could turn out to be one of the greatest things that...
But you're
that-
asking for free stuff, and in an industry like the gaming industry, we're not going to get that kind of stuff on a regular basis. Like CD Projekt Red, we praise them, but it's because nobody else is in a position that they're going to do that. Everybody else knows that you're going to pay for stuff, and that they need you to pay for stuff because their games cost a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, like, it's rumored that Bungie spent like $5 million making fucking Destiny. They've got to make it back off of you.
Yeah, but
That
I think
money's got
it's...
to come from somewhere.
Fallout 4 is bigger and more expansive, and I don't even think it costs that much. It's like, what did you guys do? Don't use the money as toilet paper. It's like, come on, Bungie. That is not toilet paper. Put it back into the game. It's like,
Yeah, but
where-
is it Bungie? That's,
Yeah,
that's
it's Bungie Activision is the problem.
exactly. But I
think
mean,
it's Activision more than it is the Bungie part of it. I
It
think
is.
that they've bought into it now, for sure.
yes, for sure. And then the music guy, I can't remember his name.
Marty O'Donnell?
Yes, he proved it. He even said when he won, it was him trying to hold Bungie to the standards it once was. And Activision was like, you're under contract. You don't have a choice. We gave you money. You listen to us. And they're like, our hands are tied. We can't go through a bunch of legal hoopla. So and we think we have a good idea, so we'll just let them do what they want. And some people like it. Yeah, it's not a bad thing, but to some of us, it's just. And I would have felt a whole lot better, like a whole lot better, if we would have been able to get the Dark Below and the House of Wolves for free. And then fine, you get an expansion a year later for $40. Fine, fine, so be it. But if you're gonna charge me for small DLC, and then charge me again for small DLC, and then charge me for an expansion, and then I can almost guarantee there's going to be 2 more small DLCs, or a small DLC and then another expansion, and then Destiny 2. It's going to be like $400 for one game.
Well, one game, but you're supposed to play it for 10 years, and it's like,
But
really?
they've already hinted that they've already got Destiny 2 coming out.
Well, that's
so,
the thing, though, is originally their release agreement was that there would be a new disc game every other year, and then DLC in between.
Right. Well, it's already come to light that it looks like next E3, or maybe as far back as next fall, so a year from now, they'll get the announcement for the new Destiny. So if that's the case, then they're looking at about every 3 years that they'll actually get the game in. So they're failing on that part. But is it because of the fact that they are releasing a expansion essentially every 2 months or whatever it is now? I mean, it's ridiculous because wasn't it like 5 months before we got the first expansion?
Something like that, yeah.
It wasn't very long. No, it wasn't even that long because the game came out in like September,
Yeah.
October, November, December. It was 3 months because December is when the first one came in, whatever the name of that one is. But and then it's moved on from there. So and to me, it's getting more frequent, and it just could be what's in my head. But at the same time, it's kind of, I don't know. The business model that they've set up is designed to make them money. And for anybody,
Yes.
any gamer out there that sits there and goes, "I can't believe they're money grabber," blah 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 blah. That's what they're in the business for. This to make money. Do I like it? Hell, fucking no. But at the same time, that's what they're there for. And the only way to stop it is to stop buying their shit. But that's not going to happen.
I
And they
don't
know
buy
that.
it. I mean, I don't buy it in my standards, and that's why I like companies that are in it to make games. And I'll always go back to Larian Studios. They're in it for the game, not the money. Like, if you want it, do you want it? Then you'll pay us, and we will create one of the greatest games you want that we showed you, and then we will give it to you because you've already paid for it. I mean, that is a company that is in it to make a game, not in it to make the money. They're going to take all the money that they get and put it into the game, and then give you one of the greatest projects that they've ever made. That's what kind of companies we need. But it's a greedy world. Humans are greedy,
Well,
and
but I mean,
games are expensive.
You could compare it to something like World of Warcraft that has been out for 10 years, actually 11, almost 12 years now.
12 years.
I think total we've spent, like, on the actual game discs and everything themselves, we've spent $300.
Yes.
That's 5 expansions and the base game.
Over
That's
10
not,
years.
Yeah, and that's not assuming that you came into it late and bought the battle chest, which gave you a huge freaking discount to it. The only downside is it has the monthly fee, but theoretically you could turn that over and say your monthly fee for the things like Destiny are your Xbox Live payments or your PSN payments.
Oh, that's very
Yeah,
true
but
too.
but you look at it this way: you're paying. How much is a World of Warcraft subscription?
Depends on how you do it. If you do you want to do it smart or you want to do it dumb.
Smart.
Smart. I think it's $7 every month
If you buy the year.
If you buy the year package, that's the smartest way to do it. If
Yeah, it's
anyone's
like
got
$84.
it's like
Yeah.
$84 a year, and you
Okay.
get constant updates too. Like, they are very good about giving you constant things and events and all of that stuff, basically keeping their world alive.
Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a minute on here.
No,
Okay,
that's fine.
all right. If I have my Xbox One, or Xbox 360, which my subscription for Xbox Live goes to both of those.
Right.
Okay, every game I own, every one of them, the subscription works and does what it's supposed to do. Okay, on both of those systems. Same thing for my PlayStation Plus.
Right.
Plus, on top of that, I'm getting 2 free games a month from both of those companies. So I would venture to say you're probably paying more for WoW than I would be paying for my console stuff. But I think your content and the service you're getting you're paying for that. You see what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're getting better quality out of it because of
The price.
because of the price. So I don't necessarily think it would cost the same. I think Destiny is absurdly expensive based on everything that's gone on
For a
over the.
console game, yeah, it fucking is.
It's expensive for a PC game. I mean, if you look at it from the standpoint of you've paid $300 plus your subscription over 10 years, like let's say you started from the beginning over a 10-year period and never stopped, and then
Yeah.
plus your $7, so $84 over a 10 period, so an $840. All right, so and it's more expensive at one time, wasn't it?
No, it's always been $15. Well, if you do it like that, it's always been $15 a month. But if the yearly plan
Yeah,
is
if you
like
do it
$8,
monthly. Yeah.
Okay, but yearly $7. We'll go with
Yeah.
let's say you're paying the deal. So $84 for a year. So if you're paying $840 is what you've paid over a period of 10 years, plus your 300, 1100. All right. So far we're at what, $150 for Destiny just by itself. Is that right?
Yep. In about 10 years, you'd be
You'd be at $1,500.
yeah. So it'd be slightly more if they kept on their same plan.
Right. So if you'd be spending a shit ton of money on a game that I don't think is going to last 10 years. And they've already stated in the next 2 to 3 years we're going to get a new one.
Yeah. Well,
That's-
your character's supposed to progress through all of them, is what they originally had stated. Was, that's how it's going to last 10 years, is because you're attached to the character that you've made, or the characters, all three of them, sure, why not? And that you're going to be able to progress these same characters through every iteration of Destiny, like sequel-wise. So in Destiny 2, you're not going to be starting over and rolling a new character and going from there. I'm going to be bringing my character from the first Destiny, my Titan in this case for me, over to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, so you don't feel like you have to start over. It's supposed to make you feel like working on your character was worth it.
Similar to a regular MMO. But
Yeah.
I think the difference is you're attached to your character in WoW because of the storyline that goes along with WoW. Is that not correct?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, part of it is the story that goes along with it, and some of it is just like the extra freedom. Like I'm not attached to my character. I like him all right. He's voiced by Crispin Freeman, so bonus points for that. But I mean, I get on to Destiny to play with my friends. I don't care necessarily about my character because he doesn't have his own story really. And what little bits of story he did get to participate in, I mean, it's so minuscule that it doesn't really matter. I'm not attached to him. I could re-roll another character in Destiny 2 because you're going to have to start next, with gear anyway. You're just going to be like, oh, look, I capped out all my stuff for Destiny 1 and all of its DLC stuff. Now I'm going to have to go to Destiny 2, and it was basically like starting at level 1 again because you're going to have to start at the same place that most everybody else is, only your gear will be like, I used this legendary and he's using that legendary, but we're all still using the same shit. We're at the same level. We're all going to do the same thing.
Right. Right.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like Blizzard set a mark in a way, and the way that they've done things over the periods of years, and I feel like Destiny should have been able to look at that and done the same thing, but I think that they're exploiting their player base.
Yeah, I agree.
And I also feel like Destiny 2 is another expansion that I feel like they don't need. It's like, all right, let's release Destiny, 2 little DLCs, and then an expansion, and then whatever DLCs they release, and then Destiny 2, which is another expansion. Why didn't you just release Destiny and then upgrade it as time went instead of making another game and then forcing us to move on?
I kind of wonder with the fact that we're already like relegating space of our hard drives to things, like
Destiny's going to take up 200 gigs.
Well, that's
Oh
the
my
thing is,
god.
am I gonna have to keep Destiny 1 and all of its DLC because you have to have motherfucking all of it installed? Am I gonna have to have that and then install Destiny 2 and all of the shit that goes along with that? Like, eventually, will I fill up my entire hard drive with nothing but Destiny if I played it for as long as they wanted me to?
Is it? I can see you having to have it because I can't. Even if Destiny 2 was standalone and you didn't need the first one, they would still.
But you're gonna have
Well,
to have the
actually-
first one, right? Because you have characters that you're moving over, not making new.
Their characters, I think, may be on a different server. They could just kind of like pull them out of 1 and stick them in 2. And if they do it like that, then anything you see in 1, you will not be able to get to in 2. Like basically 1. And I'd hate to put it like this, but 1 would be tossed aside, and everything you do in it will be tossed aside. And in Destiny 2 will be like all of this, and then Destiny 3 comes out, all of this will be tossed aside, and all of it, instead of you having this one, this one, this one, and this one all together.
Well, they could actually technically use, as long as your data is not corrupted, they could use the same material for your save material anyway from Destiny 1 to transfer to Destiny 2. You're correct, I believe, on what you're talking about and the fact that you would have to discard everything from Destiny 1 to move on to Destiny 2. But I believe that your character would move over just because of the fact that your save data is going to be in the same format, and they're just be reading that data in order to put you into the next one. I think that the problem you're going to run into is somebody like me, which I am getting the Taken King this coming week. But if I had not done that and decided to play Destiny 2, and let's say I haven't finished the game, haven't done anything like that, then now I'm going to have to start with a new character because let's say I made it halfway through the game before, and I didn't make it to the end, and my character's not a level 30 whatever, then I can't. I wouldn't be able to transfer mine it that way. But Mass Effect did something similar. You were able to carry your character over from Mass Effect to Mass Effect 2, or you could create a new character, and then it asks you questions from what happened before in Mass Effect 2. I don't want to, if anybody's never played Mass Effect, I don't want to ruin the ending of Mass Effect with them. But at the beginning of Mass Effect 2, it asks you questions about what had happened to you in the very first Mass Effect. And then they did the same thing for 3 by asking about 1 and 2. And so I think that, or you had the choice of being able to carry your character over. So like somebody like me that went through, I think, 2 360s in between some of the games, then I didn't have that information to move over because we didn't have a cloud at that time. So,
Right.
and I think that's the same thing with Destiny. I think it's going to be one of those things to where they'll be able to pull that information over. They'll ask you a series of questions to get you to a certain level. But I guess, we won't know for 2-3 years anyway. Well,
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, I'm going to guess 2 years.
Yeah.
I agree with what Mortal said. He said the one huge thing I despise with Destiny is that they're forcing you to buy the DLC. An example is the weekly nightfalls and our disc areas, weeklies and nightfalls, sorry, our disc areas. Since new DLC has come out, many people don't get to play those modes unless they have the DLC.
Yeah,
So
that's
basically,
just
it's like
BS.
you've got this one weekly and this one nightfall that were originally on the disc, and then after that, it's all been DLC content. So every time they come up, because it's random what you're going to get for the weekly and the nightfall, it's mostly going to be DLC content. So you don't get to do those things. So you don't get to progress at the same speed that everybody else is unless you've got all the content. Not to
Right.
mention the fact that they're making us download it anyway. I'm pretty sure that this fucking 16, 17, 18 gig patch that we're supposed to download, that Chicken and I are putting off downloading because holy fuck, data cap, not to mention the Xbox throttles your download anyway. It's going to take for fucking ever. It really is just it's the Taken King expansion. They just want you to pay to unlock it. I mean, they're
Right.
already forcing me to download it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have a choice. And then once you unlock it, it's there.
Well, and that's the thing is Chicken and I cannot play Destiny right now because you have to download that update in order to play. And it's like, fuck that. I mean, I know that we usually do the raids on Fridays with everybody, and it's a game that we all love to just hang out in because it's the most accessible game for everybody to hang out in. But man, I'm really disappointed right now with that. Like the fact that they want me to download the entire expansion that I'm not buying. Fuck you, man.
Yep. Yeah, that is definitely.
That's some shitty, underhanded bullshit, especially for people who have data caps. Like, I understand that not everybody does, but between Chicken and I both downloading that's 36 gigs of our data cap right out of the gate.
Right.
I mean, we stream. We don't have that kind of data to spare, and that's going to be overage at the end of the month that we have to pay for on top of paying to unlock it from Bungie.
Well, hell, I have a daughter that's on her iPad constantly, and she's 4. And I go over my data cap for streaming once a week, watching some streams during the week, and then the rest of the time it's Netflix, Amazon Prime, whatever on her iPad. So I couldn't imagine having 2 streamers sitting in one room.
Yeah.
And like you just
'cause
did a
we- even
24-hour stream. That probably took up 12, 15 gig
Yeah.
of your stuff.
And even if, it's not both of us streaming out at the same time, it's him streaming out and me watching the stream. And since we are not partnered with Twitch yet, which hopefully we will be one day, there's no quality option. So we watch it in source, which means we're watching it in pretty decent quality, which is a lot to download. Like, it's a lot to bring in on the data. So, Thanks. Thanks, data cap. That's Comcast, though. But
Yeah.
Destiny, Bungie telling me that I have to download 18 gigs if I want to continue to play content that I already have installed. Man, fuck that. Fuck that.
Yep. And then when you buy the expansion, it's just unlocked.
Yeah.
It's like, you're making me download this, and I can't even play this. What the hell kind of sense does that make?
Right. And now you can't play anything because that's not downloaded.
Yeah, it's pretty much like you're up shit creek.
Yeah, you want to play this game? Well, guess what? You're one gonna have to download it, and two, once it's downloaded, you're gonna want to pay to unlock it because you're not gonna have access to a lot of shit that everybody else is doing. So fuck you. Give us your money.
No shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
One of the executives for Xbox One has come out and said that no doubt we have the best exclusives this
Well,
holiday.
of course you said that. You're paid to say that. That's your job.
Yeah, don't
Well,
kid.
I mean, here's my question: do you agree? Does everybody agree? Let me tell you what they're
No.
calling their exclusive games: Forza 6, Fable Legends, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Halo 5 Guardians. For PlayStation, you've got, let's see, multi-platform games. So they've got Destiny, Star Wars Front, Call of Duty, Black Ops. So they don't have a whole lot. They're mainly third-party stuff that's on there. With Nintendo, you have Star Fox, The Legend of Zelda, Triforce Heroes, Xenoblade Chronicles X, the new Legend of Zelda Wii U, supposed to launch this year but won't be. So,
I don't know. Really, with Star Fox being on Wii U, that right there, mate. I mean, the only thing that's really going to compete with it is going to be, well, Halo 5 is going to compete with it. Tomb Raider is going to be an important game for a lot of people. But damn, Star Fox and a lot that Xenoblade has a huge following. So
Yeah,
I
Legend
wouldn't
of
say
Zelda too. I mean,
I wouldn't say Microsoft's got it in the bag, especially since a lot of people are kind of on the same boat, as Chicken and I, which is we aren't sure how we feel about Guardians, so we're not going to go out and buy Halo 5 at launch because it's just not worth the risk, I
Yeah.
guess.
we've already
Right.
gone on our tangents about it, so
Yeah. So I think Tomb Raider is going to do pretty well. Fable Legends, I really don't think anybody, I mean, people are going to play it, but I don't think that it's going to be like the championship of your holiday lineup there. And same with Forza. People are going to play it, but it's going to be kind of, we'll pick it up,
Yeah, after Fable 2 and 3, nope, not buying it.
oh, but Fable 2 was pretty good.
I liked Fable too.
Yeah, I like Fable 2, Fable 3.
I just
I
got
never
really
played 3.
pissed at the ending on Fable 2 because it
Wasn't Fable 2 one of the first ones that opened up the need for DLC after the game? Because of that
Kinda.
ending?
Yeah, well, I mean, even then, just the ending itself, it's just kind of like, you do all this work and go through this game, and it's just like, it builds up to this big ending, and it's just like, pull out your pistol and shoot him, it's done. It's just like, what the fuck was that?
Oh man, that's
There was
kind of let
no-
down.
There was like no boss battle or anything. It just, and if you don't do it, and you let the dude ramble on and talk and bitch and moan and whatever else he's doing, one of the other heroes that the thief dude, he takes out a gun and fucking shoots him and says, "Oh God, thank God." I was thinking he was never going to shut up.
And you're like, oh.
And it's like, oh, that's the end. You saved everything, but boss battle. But I did all this for nothing.
You did
You're
all of
telling me
this to shoot one guy with a pistol that you could have done probably, like, at the beginning of the game.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, that's the thing about it is I think the only thing I can think of exclusive that's coming off with PlayStation is actually just a remastered version
The
of
Uncharted
series, right?
Yep. Which,
So-
to be fair, though, that's what's getting me to buy a PlayStation.
That's true.
It's not,
It's big.
it's not some game that is new IP. Oh my God, gotta have it right now. Like, Sony didn't sell me on anything. It's been 2 years in the console lifespan, and you got me to buy it because I want to play The Last of Us and Uncharted, and my
Second
PS3 is
Son.
dying. I want to play Second Son, but it's not like top of my list.
Really?
Yeah, like my priority of games when I get the PS4 will be finishing the Uncharted stuff, replaying The Last of Us, and then I will play Second Son. And that's it. Like, the order, not interested in because it was awful, things like that. It's like,
Yeah, there's
Somebody-
a lot of games.
Little
Give
Big
me a
Planet
reason.
3.
yeah, I guess that
Sure.
is on
We
my
could have some
radar.
fun.
Yeah, I'm not a Little Big Planet fan.
That's on my radar because it's multiplayer and I can play with Baka. What, Chicken? You keep raising your hand.
We're
Yes,
almost at
please.
an hour and a half.
Oh, then yeah, I guess we should wrap up. Sorry.
So I've been trying to, just give you a signal. Hey.
I know you and Baka are probably like, I just want to lay down.
Well, I don't want to have it too long for the people who just kind of want to,
Yes.
medium-sized episodes.
Medium size.
Well, short is an hour, medium-sized an hour and a half, long is 2 hours.
Fair
So,
enough.
Fine.
hey now, I'm just letting you
You
know.
want to
We
do
can
your
keep going.
closing spiel?
As usual, we do appreciate everybody that hangs out with us each and every week on Sundays, usually at 3 o'clock Eastern time. Hopefully, when we don't have technical
Sorry.
issues. Hey, it's fine. It happens.
Should be over.
You can check us out here for those of you that listen to the podcast, twitch.tv/Infinite Respawn PC. We also stream each and every week. You can check me out here on Sundays, usually at 9 o'clock Eastern p.m. And tonight I will be starting Until Dawn. Bing, ding, ding.
Whee!
Which I need to load onto the PS4, sometime before I actually start. So make sure that you check us out for that because we will be having chat interaction with that one. That one should be fun. Also, make sure that you check us out on podbean.com, iTunes, whatever else that you have on there. YouTube. YouTube is extremely important because Grif works really, really, really hard during the week when she probably shouldn't be doing as much work as she is. And I complain about it, and Chick complains about it, and Baka complains about it, but you do a shit ton of work. So make sure that you check out her Let's Plays. Right now she's working on Saints Row, where I'm pretty sure on Labor Day you worked your ass off. Is that
I
correct?
did. I spent 6 hours recording.
Yeah, so please make sure that you check those out on YouTube. You can also check out our past recordings and stuff as well. And then you also have Facebook, Twitter, which is Infinite Res PC. And you can finally check us out at infinitereспc.com. Join the forums, get on there, talk to the friends and stuff that we talk about here online.
Friends.
We got friends. They've got some interesting subject matters. Ivy probably has an innuendo one on there, so just go in there and type in a word and see what she can come up with.
Oh my goodness. Don't need
Is
to
there an
give her
adult
any
rating?
more ammo.
Can we put an adult rating on there?
Need
I'm
to
gonna
like
find the
Ivy.
most I'm just gonna go through a dictionary and find words and go here. Make this dirty, Ivy.
Get that
Make it
Ollie
happen.
word. Get that Ollie word. Let's see what she can do with that thing. I'm a bag, something like that.
Something bag, big bag.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Thank you, No Pants.
Yeah, happy birthday, Chicken. I forgot to tell you guys it was his birthday. Surprise. Everybody, it's Chicken's
Oh
birthday.
yeah,
Huzzah.
happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, national. I streamed 24 hours on National Video Game Day onto my birthday. It's been a great
Hey,
weekend.
woo. Fantastic. Now you get some sleep.
No, we got Fear the Walking Dead. I ain't sleeping for another 8 hours.
God.
Woo!
He'll be passed out here in a little bit as soon as he has
No,
nothing
he
to
won't.
Yeah,
He
you
will
know
not.
me too well.
Yeah,
Baka, I think he'll be good to go.
we'll
Maybe.
see.
do. Y'all
We'll
have a
see
little
if
bit
he
more
shows
energy.
up.
Didn't you? Thanks for the follow, Cool Ghost.
Yeah,
Yes, thank
absolutely,
you.
man. Thank you.
But anyway, as I was saying, for Infinite Respawn, I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Grif.
I'm Elite Chicken. Just call me Chicken.
And I'm Baka.
See ya.
No,
Later.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Everybody dance.
This is about as much dancing for Baka. Got nothing.
I can barely hear it this time.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.
Uh, I'm just dancing now.
Wait.